Hello dear friends, my name is Solomon and today in this video I want to show you an updated army with super yetis that is working great in Legends and in Clan Wars and pretty easy to use. All details in the video, let's go. As always, before we jump to the replays, I just want to ask you not to forget to subscribe my channel because your support is really needed and highly appreciated. Thanks a lot in advance. So the army composition that I want to share with you in this video is on your screens. I have returned to this army. I have already shown it on my channel a couple of months ago, and now yesterday I started to use it again to test it, and after test yesterday I've made a little changes. I will explain you what changes I've made and why during the replays. Okay, we're starting with the first attack, and here you see the not changed version that I've used yesterday when I started to test this army again. The idea is pretty simple. We are creating a funnel with our royal champion and then move through this funnel with our super yetis. We have 5 of them, 4 healers, Grand Warden with healing and Rage, King with regular equipment. I mean, the most common equipment that is being used currently, the Spiky Ball and the Earthquake Boots. Queen with double epic. If you don't have double epic, you can use, for example, healers instead of mirror, or you can use giant arrow instead of giant. It depends on what you have, but this equipment is not that important. And royal champion also with the most used equipment, the electro boots and the rocket spear. So you see we have created the funnel. By the way, I have lost the royal champion, and that's not a problem because we have 2 revive spells, and that's why we don't want to use all the invisibility spells in the beginning, because we want to revive the royal champion and continue that spirit walk. Basically, if you are losing the spirit fox in the beginning, you can then let your royal champion die and then revive her with the rest of the invisibilities. So you see my army is moving through the base. One jump spell is being used to open several compartments. For the next compartments we will use the king ability. I planned to use it, but he was pushed to the limit of his HP very quickly, and that's why the ability went away earlier than I wanted. And here you see I have revived the royal champion, and she's continuing her work. So here we will probably lose her, but again it's not a big problem because we have another revive spell, and in case you are missing some firepower, you can use just again the revive spell for the royal champion and she will finish the base. So this is a 3-star, and basically this army composition is pretty easy to use and very powerful. Okay, the next attack, this is the type of base that I'm attacking. This is attacks in Clan War, and further I will show you a couple of replays from the Legends League from today with the reworked army with super yetis. I have made small changes, but I think they made this army even stronger. So you see here I missed with the invisibility spell. That's why I took a lot of damage from the defenses, lost a lot of HP, and my royal champion was pushed to use her ability. That's why I'm letting her to die, because actually I don't want to use all the rocket spears here on the side. And then I'm starting the Yeti Smash. By the way, here when I was watching the replay, I understood that basically you can start the attack with your Grand Warden walk to create a better funnel, because here you see I'm losing the healers because I didn't take down the air defense and the fire speeder. Basically I could do that with the with the Grand Warden walk. Queen is trying to walk away from the main attack, but then, yeah, I even opened the wall for her, but then she returned back, and trying to kill their super dragon from the clan castle. On the right, the super minions from my clan castle, and on the left, I'm reviving the royal champion. She used a couple of rocky spears, I think, and then switched to regular attacks. I still have a couple of invisibilities and another revive, and I'm using one of them. I mean, one of the invisibilities. But then I decided not to use another invisibility because it is better to revive her and to save her with more HP, because there is no sense to support the royal champion with almost none of hit points. And yeah, this is the end of the attack. I still have one invisibility, but this is the first day I was using this army, and when I made a couple of changes that I will show you further, I think this army became even stronger, and the idea is to use also a recall spell, not only to revive spells, but also a recall spell, and I will explain you why. And here you see the edit version of this army, and the idea is that I have replaced the jump spell with the recall spell, and I have changed the siege machine. First of all, let me explain why I'm using another siege machine, actually, I think most of you remember, or somebody remembers, that I always say that the troop launcher is one of the best siege machines in the game because it delivers the CC troops exactly to your main army without walking through the base, without catching the traps, and so on and so on. Besides, you can save your healers and the rest. So that's why when I saw the chance to change the siege machine from the barracks to the troop launcher, I did it. And the reason is that I can make a funneling with my queen and one super yeti, because she uses the mirror and the giant, so this way there are enough troops to destroy the buildings quickly, and this way creating the funnel. That's why I can switch to the troop launcher, because the funnel will be established. Now let me explain why I'm changing the jump spell to the recall spell. The main reason is that when I changed the siege machine, I can use the root rider and some super wall breakers in the clan castle, and they will be delivered to my main army. So this way the first layers of walls will be destroyed by the root rider from the clan castle, and the back end will be destroyed by king ability. So this way I don't need the jump spell, and I decided to replace it with the recall spell. And now let me explain you why I have replaced the jump spell exactly with the recall spell, not with the rage spell or freeze spell and so on. And the reason is that sometimes when you do the spirit walk properly without coming into the baited area, you are keeping your spirit fox alive for a long time, and you are keeping your royal champion with lots of HP. And when the funnel is created, basically you have to switch to the main attack, but for that you have to leave your royal champion die with the spirit fox, and when you will revive her, you won't revive the spirit fox, only the royal champion. And in such cases it was a pain for me to watch how my royal champion is dying with a lot of HP with the spirit fox alive, and I decided that it would be better to recall her and send her from another side of the base. Or even if you lose your royal champion, you can revive her and recall her, because sometimes she's dying in not a great place, and this way it is better to recall her. Okay, another attack, and such base. Also, I forgot to explain why I'm not using rage spell instead of the recall spell, for example, because actually we have the Grand Warden aura, and this rage is almost enough for this army. Besides, we are destroying the base pretty quickly, so we don't actually need another rage, but the recall spell is much better in my opinion. So this is a good example, I think, to show you why the recall spell is great in this army. So you see, the Spirit Walk is working great. I still have half of HP for Royal Champion. I still have Spirit Fox alive. And if I don't have a recall spell, here I would have to let the Royal Champion die, not to save some of the invisibilities. But instead of that, I just use the recall spell, so I still have my Royal Champion with the Spirit Fox available, and I can continue this Spirit Fox from another angle of this base. Somebody can say that I can just continue the Spirit Walks until I don't have the invisibility spells, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, because the idea of the Spirit Walk is to create a funnel. Besides, I will lose more time, and this is also a problem, because this army is not very quick, and you don't want to spend a lot of time for the Spirit Walk. You just need to create an initial funnel and then start the main attack. And you see here, I'm continuing the Spirit Walk on the side of this base, so cutting the edge and sending my troops into the core of the base. Again, I can switch the invisibilities, the Spirit Fox invisibility and the spell invisibility, and this way I am making a long Spirit Walk again. So it's divided into two parts. And you see, in the end, I have two revive spells. I just used one, but basically I didn't need it because I have lots of troops alive, and the base is crushed. So this version of this army, I think, is a very good way to switch from the Root Riders, for example, if you are bored with them, or if you are looking for something else instead of the Root Riders. As for me, honestly, the Root Riders are so boring that I'm not using them on all of my 3 accounts that I'm pushing Legends from. I trying different army compositions. I'm trying Lavaloon army and also Thrower Fireball army. If you are interested in replays of those attacks, please write in the comments, and I will make another video about these army compositions. So again, this is the army that we've been watching today. It's on your screens. If you want a link of this army, please write also in the comments, and I will share the link with you. If I don't forget, I will place the link for this army in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thanks a lot for your subscriptions, and I see you in the next video. It was Solomon. Bye.